Anandamayi. I don't think I can do her as a book club. It's too difficult, I think. It's page 1. Yeah, it's a bit too difficult because of the way she teaches. Like, there's so much of what she says doesn't make sense, and I think that's beautiful. But then people are going to come to the book club and want me to explain it, which I can't, because it doesn't make sense, and that's mostly the point of it. Okay, questioner. Am I right to believe that you are God? Anandamayi ma. There is nothing but God. Everything and everyone is only a form of God. In your shape also, he has come here to give darshan. Question. Then why are you in this world? Ma. In this world, I am not anywhere. I am within myself. Question. I mean, that's beautiful. Far out. Why am I in this world? Ma. He plays in infinite ways. It is his pleasure to play as he does. Question. But why am I in this world? Ma. That's what I've been telling you. All is he. His play is numberless forms and ways. But to find out for yourself why you are in this world, to find out who you really are, there are various sadhanas. So sadhana is a spiritual practice. You study and you pass your exam. You earn money and you enjoy the use of it. But all this is in the realm of death, in which you go on life after life, repeating the same thing over and over again. But there is also another path, the path of immortality, which leads to the knowledge of what you are in reality. Question. Can anyone help me, or must each one find out for himself? Ma. The professor can teach you only when you have the capacity to learn. Of course, he can give you help, but you must be able to respond. You must have it in you to grasp what he teaches. It is you who studies, and you who passes, you who earns, and you who spends. Question. Which is the best path? Ma. All paths are good. It depends on a man's samskaras, his conditioning, the tendencies he has brought over from former lives. Just as one can get to the same place by plane, ship, train, car, cycle, etc. So also different ways suit different types of people. But the best path for each is the one which the guru points out for him. Question. I am a Christian. Ma. I am also a Christian. A Mohammedan, anything you like. Question. How can I get happiness? Ma. First tell me whether you're willing to do as I bid you. Question. Yes, I am. Ma. Are you really? All right. Suppose I ask you to remain here. Will you be able to do that? Question. No. Ma. You see, happiness that depends on anything outside of you, be it a wife, child, money, family, friends, whatever it is, cannot last. But if you find happiness in God, who is everywhere, all-pervading, who is your own self, that is real happiness. Question. Is there no substance to me or an individual? Is there nothing in me that is not God? Ma. No. Even the form of not being is only God alone. Everything is he. Question. Is there no justification in the professional or any other worldly work at all? Ma. Occupation with worldly things is like slow poison. Gradually, without you noticing, it will lead you to death. Should I advise my friends, my fathers and mothers, to take this road? I cannot do this. I say tread the path of immortality. Take any path that suits your temperament, which will lead you to the discovery of yourself. But you can do one thing. Whatever work you do throughout the day, try to do it in the spirit of service. Serve him in every form. Regard everyone and everything as a manifestation of God. and serve him alone through whatever work you undertake. If you live with this attitude of mind, the path of reality will open up before you. Question: what is your work? Ma: I have no work. For whom can I work, since there is only one? Yeah, so just be clear, this isn't my language. This isn't the way I would speak about it. And I'm not a guru. And I do not want to have students in which I give practices to. However, I'm really not against that path. Like I always say, there's many apparent paths. And to sow the ground, no, not sow the ground, plow the ground before the seeds are sown seems to be what has to happen. And if your path is that of a guru and taking a particular practice, then that is your path. But the most important part, which I think is in this, is this, which is really brutal, but it's the truth. She says, are you, first, tell me whether you are willing to do as I bid you. Yes, I am, questioner. Ma, are you really? All right, suppose I ask you to remain here. Will you be able to do it? Questioner, no. So to me, I don't believe that's the point. The point isn't that they're to stay there at her ashram. The point is that he still has a life to lead. This questioner still has a wife and a job and a family and kids. And that's fair enough, but recognizing that there is still seeking in the world that wants to be acted out. And so he and her acknowledge this. He maybe doesn't really get what she's saying. So she says, okay, then, if you can't do this, give up everything, because that's what she's really saying. It's not really about giving up everything, but she's saying internally, can you give up everything? And he's no. So then she's like, okay, well, then what you need to do is try to remember God in your actions. And she doesn't mean this man sitting up in a chair in big throne in the clouds that's going to let you into heaven or hell. She's meaning putting the attention in presence, putting the attention in consciousness. Or there's other Indian ways of doing it, like repeating the name of God or being very present with every action. But basically, she's meaning to see God in all things. And the practice is to become present, to calm the mind, to create a one focusedness so there can be a going beyond the mind. But the most important part in this is that he doesn't want to give up his seeking. And that's got to be recognized. You have to be honest with yourself. Is there still stuff you want to seek for? And that's totally okay. But acknowledging it, being honest with yourself, telling the truth. And while that's at play, separation will remain. And sometimes that needs to be acted out. Are you really willing to give up everything? Because this is what non-duality is. We put it in such nice terms, but really it's giving up everything. It's giving up this seeking to be formed, to be named, to be alive, to have kids, to have a family, to be a position in your community. It doesn't necessarily mean in giving up the action of it, but internally giving it all up. There is nothing but presence which is important. The only thing which is important is God, if we want to put it in a more spiritual way, is what is. This is all that's important. This is love. This is freedom. This is true compassion. This is saving humanity. This is saving the planet, this recognition. Well, there's form, well, there's identification with form, there is also seeking. And the seeking is very, 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 very greedy. It takes too much, and we all know that. so beautiful. She is so beautiful. It's totally different from the way I would teach. Yeah. No, what's that? How do you say her name again? It was so funny sometimes. Anandamaya, blissful mother. Anandamaya. I think it's Mai. Yeah. 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 See if there's anything else. She is so beautiful. I think that's all. Do I believe she abused her students? No. Do I believe that there will be students that say she did? Yes. And do I believe her actions came from freedom? Yes. But I don't, but, if you went to a psychologist and, heard some of the things they would say it was abusive or wrong, because she's full out doing the guru thing where she gives people paths and practices. And that's really against the Western tradition. And psychology would find that very unbalanced. Yeah. I would love to study her books, but it's so difficult. I did think that what I could do, because, she does these stories that go on for pages and they don't really make sense. And I don't mean that as in like if I had a better brain, I could make sense of them. I mean that like it's more about the energy of her speaking and she's just drunk with bliss. And so it's not, it reminds me a bit of Armor. It's more, following the energy and picking up on the energy in her words and then the stories. It's not like you'll work the story out like some sort of parable. Some of them are parables. Like she tells stories from her childhood where this happens and then that happens. And I just don't think that's easy to do a book club on. But maybe I could highlight bits and then do those bits in the book club.